It wasn't leaked, it wasn't hacked, it was shared. The screenshot felt harmless, just a quick capture, a temporary image. Screenshots have this charming way of pretending they don't last, like a whisper in a crowded room. They're the digital equivalent of "you didn't hear it from me." You take one, send it, and assume it evaporates into the digital ether. It's just a fleeting moment, right? A visual note to self, or to someone else. Except it's not a note, it's an affidavit. At first glance, nothing sensitive was visible. Nothing obvious. And that's usually the exact point where people stop looking carefully. If there's no smoking gun in plain sight, we assume the weapon was never even there. It looked clean. Just a snippet of a conversation. A corner of a screen. It was so mundane, so boring, it felt perfectly safe. It's the quiet ones you have to watch out for. The intention wasn't exposure. Of course not. It was just for convenience. Hey, look at this. Or just to show you something really quick. It was a shortcut, meant to save the 5 seconds it would have taken to type out a few words. Convenience is a brilliant salesperson. It can sell you anything, especially things that will come back to haunt you. We trade a little bit of effort for a whole lot of unforeseen consequences. A truly fantastic deal. Screenshots feel so informal, don't they? They don't feel like records. They feel like moments. They're the digital equivalent of a casual chat, not a sworn testimony. You wouldn't frame a screenshot and hang it on your wall, so your brain files it under unimportant. It's like a joke told between friends, not a legal document being entered into evidence. This feeling of informality is the screenshot's greatest trick. It disarms you. It makes you comfortable. And comfort makes you careless. And that's the mistake. That's always the mistake. Screenshots don't forget context. They don't just capture an image. They preserve it perfectly, forever. They're like flies in amber, except the fly is that one stupid thing you said, and the amber is the unforgiving memory of the internet. They hold on to the time, the date, the notification bar, the battery life, the little things that seem meaningless until they're not. They are meticulous, ruthless archivists of our most casual moments. Once captured, the image didn't belong to one place anymore. It became portable. It was like taking a single brick from a house and suddenly realizing you could carry that brick anywhere, show it to anyone, and use it to build something else entirely. Perhaps a wall to trap someone. It was no longer tethered to its original screen or its original purpose. It was free. And a free piece of information rarely uses its freedom for good. The sender even cropped it. They thought they were being clever. They trimmed away what looked unnecessary, what they perceived as the noise. But they didn't remove what mattered, because context hides in the details people ignore. Bits in the font, the specific shade of a color, the layout of the app. It's in the negative space. Cropping a screenshot to hide something is like trying to hide an elephant by cutting off its tail. You might feel better, but everyone can still see the elephant. See, the problem wasn't what was explicitly shown. It was what was implied. The real damage was never in the picture itself, but in the story that could be built around it. An image is just a starting point, a single piece of a puzzle. And people are wonderfully, terrifyingly creative when it comes to filling in the blanks, especially when it lets them imagine the worst possible scenario. The screenshot was just a prompt, and the audience wrote a horror story. Time, names, patterns. These are the things the sender didn't notice, but someone else did. Someone with a bit more time on their hands, a bit more curiosity, or maybe just a bit more malice. They saw the timestamp and cross-referenced it with something else. They recognized a username from another platform. They saw a pattern emerge from what was meant to be a single, isolated event. It's amazing what a motivated person can piece together from the digital breadcrumbs we leave everywhere. Screenshots feel controlled because taking them is an intentional act. You decide what to capture. You decide when to press the buttons. It gives you a sense of authorship, of power. That confidence is tragically misplaced. It's like building a perfect, beautiful bomb and believing you have control over the explosion just because you lit the fuse. The moment you create it, you've already lost control. The rest is just physics, and once shared, interpretation takes over. The original meaning, the sender's intent, becomes irrelevant. Meaning shifts depending on who's looking, what they want to believe, and who they want to hurt. The same image can be evidence of a joke to one person and proof of a conspiracy to another. It's a Rorschach test for our biases. You don't get to decide what your screenshot means to the world. The world decides for you, and it rarely consults you on the matter. Nothing spread immediately. For a while, there was silence, which, of course, made the decision feel safe. The lack of an instant explosion created a false sense of security. See, nothing happened. It was fine. It's like stepping on a landmine that doesn't go off right away. You might even forget you stepped on it. You might walk away feeling lucky, feeling smart. The silence is not safety. The silence is the fuse burning. But images don't need speed. They have something better: patience. They wait. They can sit dormant on a server, on a phone, in a forgotten chat log for weeks, months, even years. They don't get tired. They don't get bored. They just wait for the right moment, the right person, the right context to re-emerge and do their work. A text message can be forgotten, but an image has a life of its own. When the consequences finally appeared, they felt completely disconnected from the original actions. The cause and effect were separated by so much time that the punishment felt random, unjust. That delay confused everyone. How could this tiny, forgotten act from so long ago be the source of all this trouble now? It's because we think of time in a straight line, but the internet works in loops. Everything can come back around. Predictably, deleting the image didn't help. It was a futile, panicked gesture. It was like trying to unring a bell. The original file was gone from the sender's device. Sure, a clean slate, but it already existed elsewhere. On other phones, in cloud backups, on servers you don't even know exist. Deleting your copy is just tidying your own room after the whole house has already burned down. This was never really about technology. The phones, the apps, the servers, they were just the tools. The real story here was about permanence. It was about our naive belief that the digital world is as forgiving and forgetful as the spoken word. We treat our online actions like conversations, but the internet treats them like stone carvings. It never forgets. It just archives. A moment meant to disappear became the thing that didn't.